Okay. And there it goes. So what I'm going to do is have this really cool thing. We'll just be able to look over my cutting board. I apologize if this is giving you a headache. Nope. And we're going to be able to cook along together. Okay, perfect. And if anyone has any questions or needs me to slow down or anything like that, you can just go ahead and give me a little shout out. And we will go ahead and get started right now. So I'm going to start with the corn right now. So we got this beautiful corn last Thursday. And all I'm going to do essentially is cut off one end and then go ahead and peel it. So that way we see the beautiful corn. Although I could have checked this one. This one has a little gunk. Actually, this one's being eaten. So I'm gonna go get another corn. And we'll see how this one's doing. This one looks a little bit better. Okay, so I'm just essentially pulling off the husk, chopping it off at the end. And I'm going to throw that away. And then what I'm going to do is take a bowl, and I'm just going to cut right into this so that all the corn is off of the husk, or the cob, I should say. And I like to use a bowl because it keeps everything right in the bowl, so I don't have to clean a huge mess. There we are. So we have this nice cob and all of its corn. I'm gonna get everything off here. So because I really like the corn. It's my favorite part of summer, is the summer sweet corn. I'm just gonna keep the cob off to the side in the bowl there. And then what I'm going to do is go ahead and turn my oven on to 450 to 425 degrees. So I'm going to do that, which and I'm going to go ahead and preheat that guy up. So that way we can prep the rest of this. I'm going to take my medium-sized pot, and I'm going to take my one cup of quinoa and just put it right in. Hopefully my tools don't fall over. There we are. And I'm going to take the corn and put it right in there as well. Because we are going to need this bowl. Another thing. And then I'm going to go ahead and just break that. I'm gonna actually cook the Cobb in there too. The Cobb has a lot of flavor as well. That we can just extract. So you're not wasting a whole lot of everything. And now I'm gonna put my 2 cups of water. So 1, 2. A little bit of salt. I only like to do like a pinch or 2. You don't want to do so much that that when it all cooks that it just gets overly salty. And then I'm going to do a tablespoon of the Santa Fe seasoning, which you can also do the garlic, cumin, and coriander as well. I just like to put a tablespoon in there. And this is nice, so because the seasoning will actually help add in infused flavor in, like a tea almost, which is a lot of, which makes it so flavorful. I actually learned this from Indian cooking, where they cook their rice with coriander or cumin right inside the rice, and it flavors the entire thing, which I find really neat. So I'm gonna go ahead and cover that up, and then put it on a boil. So, and I have a glass top, so I actually have to do one thing on high and then transfer it to a low and a simmer on another, so that way it cooks. And then we're going to go back to the cutting board. I'll show you when that starts to boil. And we're going to start to cut up the cauliflower. So if everyone wants to get out their cauliflower. We are just going to go ahead and I cut it into florets. And these cauliflower right now are huge. It's been really cold this year on the farm. Or for, a summer season. So we have pretty extraordinary cauliflower and broccoli right now, which I eat a ton of. The 2 heads of broccoli don't even last in my house. Okay. And I'm going to go ahead and cut the stem off. And hopefully everyone's doing well. You can give me a thumbs up. Thank you. Perfect, Beth. And awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and throw these scraps away. You can keep the stem if you'd like and make cauliflower rice out of it. That's what I usually do with my cauliflower stems. And I like to use the stem and the floret, but if I want to use the florets for something else, I actually will just make cauliflower rice right out of the stem. So, and then I will throw away the leaves, because those aren't super important to me. At this point, I can go ahead and wash it. Okay. Because these do tend to be homes for little farm critters. Okay. And I like to keep these a little pretty big. They don't need to be small at all because we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna toss them in with the buffalo sauce. So you want them about wing size, you know. Okay. Either way with this, the chickpea or the chickpea flour makes it really crispy. That's why I always use chickpea flour. Of course, other flours are just fine. If you wanted to use regular flour, you can use a like Wondra flour. Wondra flour is a really fine flour that works wonders. So I always tell people I use that to make everything crispy when I was not gluten-free. But so now I have these awesome florets. And I'm just going to go ahead and put them in with in my bowl. Maybe break up some of the bigger florets. And I have my quinoa boiling now. And so what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to go ahead and take that and put it on my back burner. Just like that. So it's on a simmer. And you can see how it's just barely bubbling there. That's exactly what you want. So in that way, you're not overcooking anything, but everything is cooking in there. And then what we're going to wait for is for all the water to essentially be absorbed by the quinoa. For this one, I use 2 cups because of all the corn, but it usually takes about 10 to 15 minutes to cook. It's kind of a short cooking time. So then we'll just go right back over here to my cauliflower mess. And I'm just going to finish picking out the florets, breaking them down. So that way they're just fine. Save the stems if you'd like. Or if you don't use the stems, you could throw them out. And then just go ahead and clean the mess. Okay. Wipe that. And we're going to start over. Okay. Fresh new board. Fresh new knife. And now we're going to take the cauliflower and toss it with some olive oil. That's where, now the cauliflower is actually kind of big, so honestly using a little bit more than 2 tablespoons might be absolutely fine. I'm just going to go ahead and toss that with my hands today because my bowl's not big enough. because it is a very big cauliflower. As you can see, they're flying everywhere. Okay. And now I'm going to just go ahead and toss up some salt too. Some black pepper. I always like fresh cracked. God, Costco has these things. I go through a lot of black pepper. And now I'm going to start putting in the chickpea flour. So I have about a quarter cup measured out. It's not specific. Essentially, you want to be able to dust the cauliflower in the chickpea flour or Wonder flour. You can use almond flour as well. I think I had some people ask, so. Then I'm going to go ahead and toss out a little bit more. Now, I don't really want it to get like so thick on there that it cakes. So I'm just doing a nice dusting. So that feels about right. That's essentially like when your hands are a little bit dry. All right, perfect. And we're going to save that for the oven. I actually usually like to use a convection oven with this. I also have my air fryer, which is essentially just a huge convection oven. And then I have a basket like this that you can just put them in for my air fryer, or you can just do it another one. But I'm using my real oven this time, which is not a convection oven. So, and it's taking some time to heat up. So we're gonna go ahead and start working on the sauce, as we have some time. Or actually, we'll go ahead and check on our quinoa. So let's go ahead and do that. So you see how everything's starting to settle in there, and it's just slightly bubbling at the top, which is perfect. So you have all those flavors melting in there. The corn, I'm just going to make it sweet and give that very sweet corn flavor, as well as the Southwest flavors with the Santa Fe seasoning from Stewart's. I really love them. If you ever get a chance, go check them out. Yeah, so what we're gonna do now is get out our cilantro. So I have my cilantro bag. I keep them in a little stasher, thanks to Maria, who got me these. These things are amazing, especially for keeping herbs and just like vegetables or lemons, or like I have one where I use it for like my egg kit. Okay, I always put in like a damp towel in there, so that's what that is. And then I'm gonna go ahead and just like grab some things off the stems. And you're just really kind of getting off of like Just getting it off of the bigger stems, so you're not choking something later. Okay. There we go. You're really just doing like a handful, so. The cilantro I picked last week. I didn't put it in the bag right away, which is why it looks a little tiny. But it is still fresh, so. All right. And toss the stems. Okay. And so now I have the cilantro. I'm just going to give it a rough dice. Doesn't need to be too insane. Or chopped, I should say. So you're not going to get it minced, but you are going to get it to just a smaller size. So you can put it in the quinoa when it's done. And we'll keep that off to the side. I'll put it over here. Go ahead and wipe that. All right. So my oven should be about ready very shortly. And while we're doing that, I can, I can go ahead and, if anyone has any questions they'd like to ask, even about the CSA, I'd be more than happy to answer. We can talk about things, you know, because right now we have some time. Or if you have any cooking questions or health questions, I can answer those now. Okay, so. All right. So Beth just asked how long we're going to, how long we cook the cauliflower for, and how long we cook the quinoa for. The quinoa is going to be cooked until, it usually takes me about 10 to 15 minutes, but it's really until it's about like, until you don't get any more water and have any more water at the bottom. So what I mean by that is when you turn it to the side, if you see water at the corners start to rise, which I do, it's not ready yet. So I'm just waiting for it to essentially absorb all the water. And then the cauliflower is going to roast for about 20 minutes. I usually like to check it around then, and it ends up being great. So what I'm going to do, since I didn't have enough room to take the cauliflower tray out of the oven, I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So, and on that, you can go ahead and either spray it a little bit, or you can use foil. Which right now I'm just going to use the foil. Be careful when it's a really hot pan. And I'm just going to go ahead and put it right on there. I'll go ahead and bring the phone back. So there we are. I'm just going to go ahead and spread them out in one even layer. So the oil and the chickpea flour actually end up making it crispy. So the oil helps. I don't know if you've ever had fried chickpeas, but the fried chickpeas get really crispy. And that's exactly what we're trying to go for here. Well, that's actually what we're going for here, because that's what I did last time. And I'm going to go ahead and put that right in the oven. Just like that. And with that being said, we can start. Now we're just moving right over to the stove. So I'm going to go ahead and put that right there. Now you have to bear with me because my phone does tend to get hot when I do this. And I'm just going to take a saute pan, turn on the oven on high. And I'm going to measure out 2/3 cup of the Frank's Red Hot. It's probably better to untwist the cap and just pour it in. I'm just going to put that right in there. I'm only going to put it on high until it warms up. And then we're going to start melting the butter in there. So I like to take a cold stick of butter. Once you see some bubbles coming up, we'll take a cold stick of butter, a whole half cup. Now, what I find really interesting about Southwest flavors is that it goes really well with buffalo sauce because of the chilies and the hot sauce that they use, which is really like cayenne and vinegar, and so it ends up working out pretty well. So it's a good vegetarian meal on its own, or you can cook chicken with it, or salmon, or do anything blackened on it as well. It's really tasty. All right. So that's warming up. And starting to steam a little bit on top, so that's good. So I'm going to start to add the cold butter and pop it right down there. So you will end up with extra. This is just like the recipe that I use because I always like a little bit of extra buffalo sauce around. And then during this time, while that's melting, we can check on the quinoa. So you don't want to get the water in there, so I'm going to do this over on the other side. So looks like the quinoa is ready. So I can tip it over like this. I don't see any water. So what I'm going to do is just go ahead and take off the lid. Then you're going to see how, make sure my phone's not getting too hot. And you're going to take a fork and you're just going to start to fluff it up. You don't want to taste before you fluff it up because all the herbs and everything are actually sitting on the bottom or on the top. So you're going to release all that other steam, take out the corn on the cob or the cobs from the corn. Left with this. And this is going to release all the other moisture in there. See that? Yeah. It's perfect. Now we're going to come all the way back over here. And we have our butter. It's melting. We're just going to take a whisk. I'm going to pour in my tablespoon and a half of vinegar. Just the tiniest bit of cayenne. It already has cayenne in it, so be careful. I'm going to do some garlic. And then I use fish sauce in there. You're free to use Worcestershire, whatever you like. See, it's starting to look a lot more familiar. Now it just needs a little bit of darkness and to cook off that vinegar. Ooh. And then you can go ahead and set it to the side to cool off. I'm just going to put it right over there. And then we can come right back over here. And we're going to start fluffing it up. Okay. So now I'm going to take another bowl. I'm going to take the fluffed quinoa, pour it right in there. So when that's in there, sorry about that, I am going to add my chopped cilantro. I'm going to add my black beans. So I just have the can of black beans that I've washed from the liquid, and go ahead and add it in there. And that is my quinoa salad. You can see all those nice colors in there. You can also add bell peppers, sweet peppers, jalapenos, which I really like, which I like to do fresh. So. And you can go ahead and give that a taste now too. Now, what I really want you to like taste is like how flavorful that got over the time of it actually cooking. And then I'm just going to do a little bit more salt in there. I might need quite a bit, because it actually made quite a bit. And this is a perfect dish for lunch too. So go ahead and take it with you for lunch, put it in the fridge at work. Perfect. And yeah, you can really taste those herbs and everything that made it work. So we have our Southwest quinoa. And now we are going to check on so the cauliflower is coming out nicely. I'm just gonna give it some more time there. And then we're gonna wait for everything to just come together. So. There. Sorry about that. Okay, and I'm back. I apologize. I like to press buttons on accident. I really should get a cameraman for these things, but wasn't in the budget. So yeah, we have our quinoa salad. Now we're just waiting for the roasted cauliflower to come out, and then we'll go ahead and toss it in the sauce. Let me know if anyone has any questions or if everyone's doing well. Looks like everyone's still busy, which is good. And also let me know if I go too fast at all too.
Robbie, you can eat this quinoa salad hot or cold, right? Like tonight, we're probably gonna have it hot, but you can just
and you can have it cold, you can have it hot. It tastes good either way. I just noticed when I eat quinoa hot that it is, or sorry, when I eat it cold, that it's a little bit more dry than when it's warmed up. So I always, for this one especially, like I do recommend it to be hot. But then I mean, it does taste fine either way. So yeah. Let's straighten out my, all right. And so I also got some beautiful flowers from Wickham. I did the U-pick the other day, so I made my own bouquet. I thought I'd share that since a lot of us here are from Wickham Farms. It's definitely my favorite part of the CSA too. I love the food just as much as I love the flowers. I think they're really cool. Plus, I like going out in the field and just picking them. So, let's see here. All right. I'm starting to smell the cauliflower. So I'm gonna wait for that to brown a little bit. We're gonna go from there. All right. And so this sauce does break. So what I do, I just stir it up. Or you could do something like a little bit of honey in there. That will start to keep it together too. And then you kind of get this like salty, sweet thing going on. So, or sour and sweet, which is kind of coming.
Robbie, how long was the training at CIA, and then what was the other institute that you trained at?
So I actually got my bachelor's degree at the Culinary Institute. So that was about 3.5 years, and then I got my health coaching certificate over at the Institute for Integrative Nutrition, and that was a year-long program in which we were fully immersed in with ourselves and coaching each other, and getting healthier on our own, and realizing what health means to us and what it means to be a coach and all that. So
So I didn't participate in I think there was just one other cooking class, but do you focus on, well, obviously with the CSA, vegetables are a forward ingredient, but do you only cook with vegetables? Do you use other proteins?
I do use other proteins. I love my meat, but I also with the CSA, I've just been doing mostly vegetables because that's really what I wanted to focus on with this, and kind of leave the option open with the proteins. So that was kind of more my idea. But then, like, say if more people wanted to learn more about like cooking the proteins and roasting chicken, like I can definitely do a lot more of the like one sheet pan meals and all that can really like help people see like what it's like to cook with the proteins and the vegetables, which is probably just as important.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Quinoa salad is excellent.
Oh yeah, I like this. Like the way that the spices just kind of show up. I'm like, I think it's a lot of fun. Like, people don't really cook that way in America, so I really love that. It's also kind of my version of beans and rice too. just beans and quinoa. Of course, you can also put some lime or lemon on this as well. Will kind of help get it a little bit more zing, but you're gonna get a lot of zing with the buffalo sauce as well. All right. So you might hear me in my kitchen a little bit while that's still roasting. My mom always told me that it's always better to clean while you cook. So I thought maybe I would cook. I'll clean.
Speaking of cleaning and doing these dishes, are we gonna need those bowls to toss the cauliflower in the sauce when they come out?
Yeah, one of the bowls you can use for the cauliflower as a toss with the sauce.
Okay, it's a toss, not a drizzle.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, clean my bowls. We're good.
Okay. It's okay. Now. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take out my cauliflower and go ahead and flip them. So that way they're not just cooked on one side. So that might help speed up the process a little bit. All right, so I went ahead and flipped those. Put them back in the oven. I'm actually just gonna, they're almost done, so I'm just gonna put them in for a few seconds here. Just a few minutes. Perfect. And while I wait for the cauliflower, I'm actually going to use my behemoth of a salad bowl I just got yesterday from Goodwill. Still has a sticker on it. Okay. And I got a lot of cauliflower in there. All right. So now that that's input, and try it out a little bit on the other side. I'm not going to wait any longer. All right. And I'm going to go ahead and take my spatula and just go ahead and scoop the cauliflower into the bowl. All right. So I have that. And so I just went ahead and put that in the bowl. And what I'm going to do, I'm not going to go overboard with this because it's just going to get a little bit soggy. And that's not exactly what I want. So I'm going to pour that in there. And if you do like it sopped in buffalo sauce, feel free. And I am literally just going to toss it. Since it's a salad bowl, it's probably not the best tossing bowl. But all right. And I have that beautiful red cauliflower. Now I'm going to plate. So I'm going to take my cauliflower, my plate there. So I'm actually going to take and scoop some of the quinoa onto the plate. And then take the cauliflower, roasted cauliflower. I'm just going to go ahead and put it right on top. All right, kind of actually more to the side. Last time I actually even used the purple cauliflower, and I think it looks even more pretty with the white cauliflower. And it kind of makes it look like the orange cauliflower. So, all right, and there we are. Now you can call to your loved ones, dinner is served.
Thanks, Robbie. It looks great. I didn't cook the cauliflower yet. I'm waiting for Joey to come home since it's
Oh, you did? Okay.
only 4 o'clock here. So
Yeah.
I have it all ready to go. I made the
It's
sauce
a-
for him because he likes the sauce.
Oh yeah. Oh good. Yeah, I like the sauce.
Yeah, that was an easier cooking class.
Yeah, it's much easier.
Yeah.
I was told to take it easy. But yeah, and I also thought like I'd like to play with just some more flavors and show more technique on adding in more flavor. I'm looking into doing my own spices soon, so hopefully I start getting spice mixes up, and I'll have those available for people, and it just makes things a lot easier for cooking, or it just makes cooking a lot easier in general. And then, yeah, I would love if everybody, was able to, that cooked today was able to, take their pictures and post on Instagram or Facebook and show people how much fun you had. I really enjoy doing those cooking classes. I think they're a lot of fun. And then also, if you feel like buying me a coffee, you can go to my link tree. There is it's link tr dot, you can go to my Instagram, Robbie Braming Health, and then click on my link in the bio. And there's a money sign at the bottom. If you feel like donating a little bit to helping me with my success, I would really, really love that. And it would just make a lot more of this a lot more possible. So share with your friends. I hope you had a lot of fun, and hopefully I will see you soon.
Thank you. It's delicious.
Thank you so much, Beth.
Bye.
All right, have a great night. Bye.
Thanks, Rob. Love you.
Thank you. Love you.
Thanks, Rob. I enjoyed it a lot.
Thanks, Graham. My main squeeze.
There we go.
All right.
I miss you. For God's
I know,
sake, I miss you.
We have to come visit you very soon.
Okay, do that. You're
Yeah,
down.
I'll make
Okay.
sure
Thanks.
Patrick does, and then
Thanks.
we'll have to send you pictures because I think everyone on the call is now we might be getting a new cat tomorrow.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, my mom didn't either. We just told Maria and everybody else, but we're getting a cross-eyed cat, possibly.
A what kind of cat?
He's a cross-eyed cat. His name is Tippy. We saw him last year at the foster place, and we thought, oh, like we'll check if he's there. If he's not, then we won't do anything. But I had always kind of thought about him and always kind of wanted the cross-eyed cat. So he's gonna come visit us tomorrow.
What's his name gonna be?
Topher.
Topher, okay.
Mhm. So it'll be Topher and Benson.
Okay, well, good luck with that.
Well, thank you.
That's nice. You're taking in you're adopting too.
Oh yeah. Well, and Benson seems a little lonely sometimes, so.
Well, it'll be fun. I hope he has fun with his new, is it a girl or boy? Your brother?
It's a boy.
Robbie, this cauliflower is out of control.
Isn't it so good? Did you use the fish sauce or the
We did
Sorry,
fish
let me-
sauce.
fish sauce? I love the fish sauce, and with the apple cider vinegar, it comes out.
Yeah,
really good.
I tasted it just the sauce when the cauliflower was still cooking, and I was like, oh, it's so much vinegar. I don't really like. And when it was tossed on the cauliflower, it was like it wasn't too
Yeah, it's a
overwhelming.
different
Now
thing.
it's really good.
Yeah, and then see what I mean by like zingy, and then you eat the cauliflower with the quinoa, and it has even more flavor to it, which I think is really good.
Yeah, the cauliflower does feel like protein. Like you're not missing anything. I'm just that crumble blue cheese on it. I don't like blue cheese, but that.
I know I should have done the blue cheese.
Like when it was hot, just like put the crumbs on there.
Right.
So was the cayenne pepper supposed to go in the buffalo sauce?
Yeah.
Okay, so I left it off because Shannon doesn't handle
Oh, yeah.
that.
No,
So,
that's
but I
absolutely true. Yeah.
on top of mine.
Yeah, I didn't really I actually never really understood why they always put in more cayenne pepper. But it's one of those things where I was just kind of like, I love the heat, so.
Yeah.
Hi, Harry. Hi, Harry.
You say hi, Robbie.
Bye. Are you going by?
Bye bye. SP, you want to see Robbie?
Want me to hold you up?
Hi, West P. How are you?
Tell him what you had for dinner.
Are you gonna eat some cauliflower?
Yeah.
He says
Yeah.
yes. No. He had mac and cheese and black olives.
Ooh, mac and cheese and black olives. This one's really
Yeah.
good.
Right?
Combo.
And popcorn. Yep, he said and popcorn.
And popcorn? Ooh. That's a good choice.
All right, say bye. Say bye to Robbie.
Bye. Have a good night.
They're so cute with this bye bye. Say bye bye. You say.
Bye.
People waving, say bye.
You just like to say bye. Bye.
They just want to be on camera.
Right, yeah.
Let's get you one.
All right, bye Robbie. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Have a good night.
Yeah, he can have it.
Okay, we'll get you one.
Why was I blanking Jane? I was blanking at his mom's name. I was like, say hi to Jane. I couldn't picture it.
All right, Mom.
Okay,
Well, I
sweet.
love you.
I love you too. It's a good meal, so I'm looking forward to Joe. I think I'm gonna cook my cauliflower in the air fryer.
Yeah, you should. It's better in the air fryer.
Yeah, I figure it might crisp up a little bit more.
So
That sounds good. I have the chickpea flour because we did something last year with chickpea flour, so
yeah,
I had that. So that's good.
I'm trying to turn everyone on to the chickpea flour. It's a good thing.
Okay, sweetie, will you enjoy your meal?
All right, love you.
All right, love you too. What did Patrick cook for you yesterday?
Oh, clam chowder.
Ah, nice.
Because we're going to Boston, so
Yeah. Yeah, when are you taking that trip?
the 29th to the 3rd or 4th.
Be careful telling your brother and your dad about that,
Why?
because they're going to wonder why you didn't go to Michigan for the wedding.
Well, like,
Okay. That's what I'm saying. Just be careful about
Yeah.
that you're taking a trip and not going to Michigan.
right. I won't.
Okay. I won't give it away.
Well, we're going during the week anyway, so it's not like
Yeah.
the weekends are the busier parts for us. So
Well, but still, you know,
when are they going to Michigan?
I don't know, end of August. So right
That's
about
the end of August. Okay. Oh, so I really can't tell them.
Exactly. That's what I mean. I think it's that week. So
Oh,
be careful with that.
whoops.
That's all. It's all right, but just giving your heads up on that.
Yeah. Okay. Sounds good.
Okay. Love you.
All right. Love you too. All right.
Did you like the picture I used?
So which one?
The image.
Oh
I
yeah,
used?
I like that.
Okay. I thought I
Yeah,
should
we're cool.
help you if you're going to record, make things a little more professional for you.
Yeah.
If you're-
Yeah, it definitely did.
Okay. All right.
I
Love you.
appreciate that. All right. Love you too. All right.
All right,
Bye.
bye.